Hello YouTube, I am David Hooper from Art Chicken 101, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw Smurfett from Smurfs 2. Now, I will also be drawing the classic Smurfett after I draw the live action one. It'll be an interesting experiment, and it looks really detailed, and I would like to do it. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started with the boots, or with the shoes, sorry. Now what you basically need to do is make high heels, which are just these round off some high heels. Pretty simple. This will be a sketch. Now her legs are a little bit thick. And this is the more humanized version of Smurfett. Like I said, I'll be doing the classic Smurfett in just a bit. Now, the pose that we are going to make her in is like a cube pose. She's standing on one leg with her leg a little bit off the ground, like we're doing right here. Make another thick leg. This is a humanoid girl leg. Okay. I thought since Smurfs 2 was out, it would be perfect to make a little video on it, on how to draw Smurfett. So, and I will also be doing Papa Smurf and the other Smurfs in classic and the Smurfs design. So now we're going into the skirt, which is just your basic skirt, just your run-of-the-mill skirt here. It's very wavy, as you can see. Very wavy indeed. Now, of course, it's like a realistic skirt. And I'm going to try my hardest to capture the feel of the movie design. Okay, now we're making some shapes down on the skirt, on the bottom portion. It'll be these little rounded off triangles that you'll see me make. Like so, just little triangles. Just like that. Pretty simple, nothing too much on that part. Okay. And the body is just the skirt portion. We'll get into the neck momentarily. But for now, we're going to go ahead and make the arms. As I'm doing right now. And the hands are like out, and the fingers are like out there, like, you know, so it's just like a cute form. And I'm using a Google Images for this. So yes, like that. Okay, now we're making her other arm, which both arms are in different positions. We're also going to be doing some shading. I'm going to teach you how to shade the realistic Smurfett. Now, I think the hands for the live-action Smurfs are really big and creepy. I don't know, I just don't really like the looks of the Smurfs are pretty accurate to their cartoon counterparts, but I don't know, it's a little bit creepy to me. But that's just me. Okay, enough with the commentary. Her fingers are kind of like, how do I explain this? They're very chubby. Yeah, they're very chubby looking. And they are going to be touching her face, so you might want to move it up a little bit. Like I'm doing right now. And we're going to go up to the face territory. Excuse me if my, please forgive me, sorry, if the lines are a little bit jaggy and messy. This is just going to be the sketch. Okay, and when you're making a sketch, make sure that you round out the fingers, okay? I'm also using Faber-Castell pencils, shading pencils, for this drawing tutorial. If you don't know what those are, I'm going to be doing a review on them eventually. Now we're making the head, and the hand doesn't have to touch her face all the way. It's perfectly fine. Okay, now we're getting into the face portion. Just make a circle, a basic circle, like right there. Okay, now we're going to make some lines to indicate where the eyes and nose will be. Now you see this cheekbone, this little cheek I made right here? This is where the eyes will go into. Now the basic shape of the eyes are really simple. Make sure they are evenly spread apart. Okay, and below it will be the nose, which is a big nose. So, darken it a little bit so you can see. I apologize for the quality on my webcam. It might be a little bit out of focus, but this is basically what you'll need to do. And we're going to make the smile of Smurfett. And forgive me if this might look creepy. It's just because it is. We're going to make the lips of Smurfett. Yeah, so just a basic smile. Okay, now, go ahead and erase your sketch marks, or sketch lines. Because we got the face down pat. But we need to add some detailing to it, of course. Because we don't want Smurfett's pupils to look empty. That would be really creepy. So we're going to draw some eyes in there. And her eyes are really big, too. They're really giant. Kind of like anime cartoon eyes. Like those Japanese cartoons. But not quite. Well, actually, yeah, they're in the same format as them. So yeah, just make some big eyes, as this, like right there. Okay. Now we're gonna add some eyelashes. Like I'm doing right here, just teeny little eyelashes. We'll do the same thing with the other eye. Okay. And I will probably do the villains as well in the movie. I'll only do the live action ones because there's not really a classic form of them. Unless I find one, unless some guy makes up one on the internet, I'll probably do that. But for now, we'll just be sticking with the Smurfs. Okay. Now I'm gonna make her eyelids. Which is just a little loop. Okay. Now we're getting into the hair territory, which is just long flowing hair, and this is where the shading pencils really come in handy. So, her hair is very flowy. It's very flowy, very wide. It's very wide, very open. Okay. So, we're trying to make the hair very realistic. It's just flowing hair. And I will change my pencils time to time, because there's also some darkened crevices that we will have to darken. And if you don't have the shading pencils that I have, you can get them at AC Moore. But if you don't have them and you just don't want to buy art supplies, you know, just go ahead and just put some pressure into your hand, and it'll shade. You know, that's the shading for you. You don't have to buy the utensils that I use. It is recommended, but you don't have to. Very light. Here's very light. Okay. Looking good so far. So it's basically just like that, guys. Really simple. Now, like I said, there were some crevices that you might want to darken in. I'm gonna go ahead and erase this crevice because it's a little bit too dark. And that's another tip for you. Don't make the crevices too dark. Okay. That's fixed. Now, the top hair is like a toupee. It's just like a toupee. If you seen a toupee or you haven't, just Google it or Bing it. You'll get some pictures of toupees. Now her hair comes down and it's again just very flowy. Okay. Now, between the hand and her face, you want to go a little bit careful. Sorry if it looks a little bit like she has black hair. It just looks like that way, but we're going to try to color it. Well, actually, we're not going to color it. Actually, I'm going to think about that as we go. So, that's basically her hair. Now for the Smurf hat, which is very iconic to every Smurf. I mean, if you're drawing a Smurf, you gotta have the Smurf hat, of course. Okay, now the Smurf hat is very basic, but unlike the cartoon ones, it's very like Stitch. You'll see some stitching into it. Okay, and it's just a basic like a sock puppet. You know, just a basic sock puppet. If you don't know what it looks like, just take a sock, put it in your hand, and you'll see what I'm getting at. Now, like I said, there was some stitching. There's some stitching. Like this. There's some lines you'll have to make to duplicate stitching, like right here. If you can see that, I'm making some stitching marks like that. Okay. Now, once we got the entire look of the character, we are going to go to shading, which is one of my favorite parts. Now, starting with the high heels here, we're going to shade on the bottoms here and also the heel. And what I like to do is take my index finger and shade around that part that needs to be shading. Sorry. Okay. Now you don't want to go overboard with the shading. Don't try to make it too dark. There are places where it does need to be a little bit darker, but other than that, not too many places. And of course, you want to shade where the her skirt is hanging, because it's going to create a shadow on the legs, on Smurfett's legs. And this is just a technique I use for all of my drawings. I will be doing it for all of my drawings soon. Now I'm trying to make the skirt very three-dimensional. And if I mess up a little, I'll just slightly take my eraser, just lightly dab it. Dab the skirt, because we want the skirt to look white and pretty and not dirty and mucky. Okay, and you want to make the lines very light, so you know they're there, but not like right in your face. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and shade the hands and the fingers, like I'm doing right now, as so. Okay. Now for the knuckles of this hand, just make some round knuckles and just shade right there on the back of her hand. Okay. And next time I'll be doing Papa Smurf. Well, first I'll be doing Smurfett as the classic look. Then I'll do Papa Smurf. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to shade in her cheeks. Okay. Almost done here. So yeah, it's very simple. Very simple indeed. Gotta shade in the Smurfett, of course. Now this picture is from Smurfs 2. I mean from Smurfs 1, but I just took the picture from it because it's basically the same character, the same look, just in a different movie. So it doesn't really make any sense to go, just, you know, it's going to be the same either way. Okay. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and just take my index finger and lightly color the rest of her body. Get some shading on those cheeks. So yeah, that's basically Smurfett in the movie form. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoy this drawing tutorial. So yeah, before this gets any longer, I'm going to end it off here. I just have to fix this up. Just got to fix this up a little bit. Okay. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this drawing tutorial. I will be doing the classic Smurfett next. Stay tuned for that. So yeah, guys, this is Art Chicken 101 signing off once again. See ya. So here's just a close-up on what the finished drawing will look like. Just give you a good look there. Do some shading on the cheeks, on the skirt, and the legs. Okay. This drawing turned out very nicely than I expected it to. So, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and I will see you next time. See ya.